Well, welcome back to Bevington Farm episode 2. We left the last episode where we had done a few grass fields, made a few bales. We have more grass work to do as well as a harvest to do. So I am going to crack on with that. Now, I decided this is going to be my parking location for the New Holland. At least for now anyway. But yes, so we're going to look at loading these bales up and let them fermenting before we can either sell them or use them as silage. Now, for those of you who are familiar with me and my playstyle, I do not like picking up bales manually. However, I still want to give a bit more of a degree of realism compared to usual, so I am restricting myself where I will not at this stage use auto load trailers. I am, however, compromising with an auto load bale pickup fork here. So this we will absolutely utilize as auto load, but the rest we will not. I do need a trailer. I'm just going to demonstrate the auto load function, or more importantly test it. Yep, so like I said, we will pick the bales up like this. Wasn't quite sure how that was going to work there. There we go. Yeah, okay, so I'm familiar with it. It is literally just auto load on, auto load off. So yes, I want to play a little bit more, again, local, small farm type and realistic to a point. I'm not a super realistic person. It's a game and I want to enjoy the game, but I do want to get back to a bit more the focus of farming. Right, so trailers. We need a trailer. We need a flatbed trailer. I haven't got many mods installed currently, so I do want a trailer, but I don't want a dolly. This one it's so small. I mean, it fits the farm, so maybe we do go for that. I mean, it's the only viable option currently, because based on the current options here, I don't really want to use any of them. Not sure what design one, okay. Oh, it adds that in. We'll do design 3. I am going to try and stick to New Holland colours. Yeah, so I think we're going to get that. Bye. Like I said, it's not the biggest of trailers. We are obviously going to have to invest in a bigger trailer at some stage. I'm also hoping at some point we will get manual attach back. Whilst I didn't really favour it too much initially, when I got used to it in FS22, I really enjoyed it. So I would like to get that back as well. Right, so let's see how this goes. I mean, we're really not going to get many bales on here, are we? think we'll be lucky to get 4 stacks on. Oh, we have to get 1 stack on it. Okay. Gonna be fun if we need a vehicle hooked up to the trailer to let this work, since we only have 1 vehicle currently. Should be able to strap these on, I think, shouldn't I? Yes. Just in case it topples over. It's not gonna like that without anything on the front. That is a shame. Right. I think it's going to be long-winded, but I think we're going to have to start loading them in the barn just by picking them up with the front loader. I think it's going to be more complicated doing it this way. We'll take this setback since we already have them, but I'm going to time-lapse me taking all the bales to the storage shed, and then we will focus on cutting the rest of the grass on this episode. I think we will leave the harvest till next time, but we're early doors, who knows? The key thing is, whereabouts are we going to put these bales? Well, not through there we're not. I don't think Scroft put any auto load barns in. So we're going to have to focus on just doing it manually. Right, well, that took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take, but it's all done now. I kind of wish there was an auto load bale storage, but they will do there. I think I have realised that tractor is a bit too big for little tight turns, so we will have to look at that quite seriously. I may end up getting a smaller tractor shortly, just to mitigate that. It also means that if we get a smaller tractor while we're doing mowing, that could be an AI worker, and then we can get the windrower ourselves and speed up the process. So I think that is not too bad of an idea. For now, we don't need this, so I think we need to park this somewhere, as in the bale pickup and front loader. Leave them here. Oh, it didn't like that either. So I drop that one off first. There we go. Okay. So I think we put this on the mowers, and then with any luck we will get a field where we can put the AI worker on to then. Don't think this will work. Oh, maybe it will. Okay, good. I do think though this field up here is also ours. Hopefully that will do what it needs to do. We will come back with the windrower. So I think that one, being quite classically British, is a good fit. There's no point getting the Osiris compact because I don't think we're going to do much with this tractor in terms of using that. We'll get the windrower and we will start following the AI tractor as it works. Okay, after several hours of my playtime doing all of this, it's been a few seconds for you. I've now managed to cut the remaining grass fields, windrow them, bale most of them. I've then put in 2 bale storage points because it was easy putting them into there than it was doing that again. So I've put one here and there's another one in the other shed near where the cow barns are. It's currently empty. This is the only one that's been occupied so far. I have baled some, not all of the grass. I then hired a forage pickup and I put the remaining grass into the farm silo. I have tweaked the farm silo to accept bulk products now because it was just for grain. So I've actually implemented a bulk silo option on that one just to make, again, my life a little bit easier. I also hired the auto load trailer to maneuver all these bales to this storage point because we have 89 here plus whatever is in there, and I appreciate that I did them manually, but there's a lot of bales. So when it's 125 centimeter bales, we are producing quite a lot. If I'd done the rest of the field as bale and not forage pickup, I think I would have been doing another 3 hours worth of baling. That bale was exceptionally slow when it comes to unloading, wrapping, and having to pause. All very realistic, but very, very time consuming. So the grass that's in the silo, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. That will be potentially that we get that out and we convert that to bales. We put it into a bunker and compact it into the silo, make it silage that way. I haven't decided just yet. So we will cross that bridge nearer the time. Right, anyway, that is that work done. I have noticed on this map the wooden gates auto shut now, but the metal gates do not, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. I have got super speed on still. I'm going to keep that on for now because I'm getting around the place. So yep, so put that in. Like I said, we've got the grass pretty much all cut. We have our harvestable fields. We have £134,000 in the bank left. So I think we're going to have to consider what we do now. Do we hire a harvester? Do we buy a harvester? And do the crop fields? Or do we look at considering our precision farming and start doing our nitrogen and liming? So yeah, time's getting on. I'm just conscious that if we move over, we are 3-day months, but on day 3 of April, so we're going to go to May next. Can we harvest the crops in May? Now this is going to be a problem on the fact that as I modified the date, I'm not sure what we can do in May. Technically no, but because I've already been harvest state, I don't know what's going to happen going into next month. Right, I think the decision's made. We do the harvest now while it's still somewhat light. I'm tempted to knock the speed back from 3 to 1 just to buy more time. But yeah, not sure. Right, let me get a harvester and a header and see you at whichever field I feel is the most reasonable. We're going to just do a regular size header, nothing massive. I think these fields are way too small. I know Scroft's very first episode on this, he got a huge header and it was maybe a mistake. I didn't even consider going for a large header. It's just not feasible on these kind of fields. Right, see you in a few seconds. Right, okay, so we've got the converted Massey Ferguson from the Omatama TARDIS pack. Now, this is going to be the 15 mile an hour one. I am limiting myself to 7 mile an hour. It was easy just to get that one on the off chance I do need that for off-camera purposes. But whilst I'm recording, I will stick to regular speeds. Right. So we should have steering assist. Perfect. We have straw dropping. Excellent. Sun is setting. Let's see what we get done. Right, now that it's dark, I am going to leave the episode here. I will have to finish these fields off in the dark, but yeah, I'm going to leave the episode here for the day, and I will catch up with you in the next episode where we will either be preparing the fields or seeding the fields, depending on what crops we can put in. But for those who have been watching, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.